Hey everyone, welcome back to this channel. I am back with another important content that I thought was very important for you to watch if you are someone wanting to improve your English in 2025. So in this video I am going to be talking about 4 unconventional ways to improve your English. This video is not going to be for beginners. If you are someone who don't understand English, this video is not for you. If you understand this and if you want to improve your English in 2025, I think this video is going to help you do that. So without any further delay, let's get started and talk about the unconventional ways to improve your English. So the first unconventional way to improve your English in 2025 is going to be talking to yourself in English when you are alone. When you are alone, try to have conversation with yourself in English, because when you do that, it builds fluency without the fear of being judged. No one is going to judge you when you will talk to yourself. It is you versus you. You are trying to have real conversation with yourself, and this is something that I have talked about in my previous video. This is what I used to do when I was learning English. I used to have conversation, like real conversations with me in English. I used to pick a topic and I used to start talking about that topic. That helped me build fluency without the fear of being judged. Like no one was there to judge me. I was making mistakes, but it was me who was also improving myself, and that helped me be open in talking in English. So that is something you can do to improve your English in 2025. If you don't have any partner to speak with, to practice with, this is what you can do literally, and this is going to make a huge difference in your communication skills in English. So this is what I used to do. Imagine that you are a star of your own reality show. Narrate your day, narrate every activity that you do throughout the day. This is going to help you build confidence over time, and you will feel very confident over time. When you are talking to yourself in English, you are just creating neural pathways in your brain, and this is what I have talked in my previous video, that as you are learning something new, a lot of new neural pathways are being created in your brain that will help you, give you the information that you will need in the future. So that's how you learn things. Now let me talk about the second unconventional ways to improve your English in 2025. That is going to be thinking in English. This is something that I have talked about in my previous video. So if you haven't watched my previous video on how to think in English, I want you to go and watch my previous video, because that is the video that is going to teach you how to think in English. Like clearly, that video is something that is going to demonstrate you how to think in English. So go and watch that video if you want to know how to think in English. So this is going to be build your fluency over time. Learning to think in English is going to take time, so you have to be patient with that. You have to be very okay with the idea that I am learning to think in English. It is going to take time, so you have to be very okay with that. When I was trying to think in English, when I was it was exhausting for me from initially, but over time it becomes very easier for me. Things started getting very easier for me, but now I can just automatically think in English. Like it is not taking time. Words coming out of my mind automatically. So when you learn to think in English, you no longer need to translate your mother tongue into English. You just spontaneously speak whatever you want to speak. So that's the first thing that you need to understand, that it is going to take time. And if you haven't watched my first video like on how to think in English, I want you to watch that video. I'm not going to tell you anything about how to think in English in this video, so I want you to go and watch that video in order to get the idea of how to think in English. Now let's talk about the third unconventional way to improve your English in 2025. This is going to be fun, because through this technique you are going to mimic your favorite YouTubers or favorite actors. If you want to speak English fluently, if you want to just improve your English drastically, this is the technique you should be using to improve your communication skills in English. In my case, I wanted to speak like Ranveer Allahabadia, who is one of the biggest YouTubers in India. So I wanted to speak like him. So whenever I used to talk, in front of people, I had that person in my mind. So what I used to do was I would watch every moves of him. I used to watch his pauses, where he paused while talking. I used to observe that man very meticulously, like, and I wanted to speak like him. So my point is, who is your favorite YouTuber or who is your favorite actor? Copy, just copycat, and try to speak like the person you want to be like try to speak like him, and this way you are going to improve drastically. So this is the third unconventional way I follow to become fluent in English. Now let's talk about never afraid of making mistakes. Yeah, if you are scared of making mistakes, you are not going to improve. That's the idea you must have in your mind. Like, if you are someone who is trying something for the first time, you are going to suck. If this is a language, it is going to take time, so you have to be very okay with that. You have to be very patient with that, and in the process you are going to make mistakes, you are going to look stupid, you are going to be laughed at, but you don't have to be afraid of your mistakes. Mistakes are signs that you are trying something. Mistakes are signs that you are doing something new. You don't have to afraid of making mistakes. That's what I am saying. Everybody is going to die. No one is going to care about you, or the people you care about the most are also going to die one day. So why waste time thinking about the judgment of people? Like, go and do whatever you want, make mistakes and learn this skill fast. So this is like I am saying, you never afraid of making mistakes and you will learn anything very faster. I think these are some unconventional ways that I followed, that I discovered myself, that helped me improve my English drastically. If you want to improve your English in 2025, this is something that you should be doing. Like, this is my personal experience that I am sharing with you. If this worked for me, I am very sure that it is going to work for you. So if you found this video helpful, I want you to just hit the like button, because it motivates me to make more videos. So bye bye till then.